Yo, what's going on everybody? Chillcat Gaming here, welcome back to the channel. Today checking out the 1.47 open beta for American Truck Simulator. Alright, so let's get the truck started right away here. We are driving the SCS Western Star 57X today, no mods, so all default, and I have got all of the emergency braking and all the new stuff. Adaptive cruise control I do believe is new, I think, but definitely the emergency braking, so I've enabled that. And this isn't going to really be a review, sort of. This is going to be sort of a first look, you know, doing a drive with it. I've got the new 1.47 update ownable cistern trailer on there. So we're going to be using that. Oh, the emergency braking kicked in there. Puts the flashes on and everything. So I'll turn those off. Let's get rolling out of here. So that emergency braking definitely helped there. If it weren't for that, I definitely would have hit that car. It's definitely going to help for me because I usually hit a lot of things in ATS, and emergency braking, that's going to come in a big help like you saw. Let's see, what's the speed limit through here? 35. So what I could do is later, when I have the chance to, we could intentionally speed up to other cars and whatnot on the highway, and then we could just full throttle and see if the emergency braking kicks in there. However, I've read that the throttle cancels out the emergency braking, so maybe just let it coast up to other cars and see if the emergency braking works there. So let's see, let's get on the highway here. Okay, right on red. So I'm gonna read the changelog off here. I'm gonna say what I know. As far as, this is under the map category, and I don't know why, but addition of world ambient sounds. Now, I don't know exactly what the changes are behind it, but I know it's something to do with the sounds, and I just don't know exactly. I'll have a link to the SCS blog post about the 1.47 open beta in the description below, but that's the first thing they have on the changelog. And the next thing they have under the map category in the changelog is random road bumps. So I haven't gone too into detail on that, or not gone into detail, but I haven't read too much about it. So I don't know how the bumps occur, how to trigger them. I don't know if we're having, I don't see any. Oh, maybe there's some bumps right here. Feels just a little bit different, but yeah, it's definitely a little different. So, and then under the vehicles category, we have ownable gas cistern trailers, which go to exterior camera. There it is. Nice and pretty. And we are hauling in the trailer 38,000 pounds of ethane. So that's one of the cargoes that you can haul with this beautiful trailer. And then adaptive cruise control and emergency braking system. So the emergency braking system, adaptive cruise control, both things I said earlier about those two being in, they are indeed in. So there's that. And then under the W900 category, the Kenworth W900 that recently got a rework, I have a video on that. I can leave that in the description below as well. So there's some changes to that. There is DEF lost fuel tank options returned for certain engine types, 150 gallon, 220 gallon, and 300 gallon. Don't exactly know what that is, but you know, I'm just reading it off, and I can't exactly scroll through the entire blog post while I'm driving, you know, so I'll have a link to that in the description. And then another thing about the W900 that is listed is reinstalled cruise control speed display on the dash, and I know what that is. That is the old-fashioned, well, with the older W900, the speedometer on the dash, the digital one. I loved it. And then the W900 got a rework, and it's gone. I'm like, where'd it go? So 1.47, that's gonna re-add that. So yeah, that's gonna be extra fun. I'll really want to start driving the W900 now that it has the digital speedometer. I mean, I don't mind using the manual one, or the one with the gauges, but you know, it's just cool to have a digital speedometer with you. And well, let's see. Let's get moving right along with the changelog here. So we have gameplay. We have custom city intros for Utah and Idaho now. So with these city intros and everything. You know, when you create a new profile, you get city intros with the city select for your headquarters and everything. You get custom city intros, and they've been working on this for a while, you know, getting new city intros in instead of just a generic one. So now we have custom city intros for all the cities in Utah and Idaho. So that is really, really cool. And another thing that is new under the gameplay category is addition of sound discretion filter, or sound discretion filter. Don't exactly know what that is, but you know, it's there. Something to do with the sound. And then performance improvements under gameplay. This is going to be a big one for some people, especially with those of you with lower end PCs. So at night it's going to perform better, and bad weather and dense traffic, it's all going to perform better. And even on me, I have a really good computer for ATS. Not perfect, of course, because I do lag every once in a while, but I have a 1650, GTX 1650 with Core i5, and sometimes even with that, it stutters. So 1.47 with the performance improvements, that's definitely going to help it quite a bit. I mean, it never hurts to always have a performance improvement, you know? It's just cool. I mean, you can never be perfect with the performance, but it's always good to have improvements. But anyways, let's get moving on here. Let's not get too sidetracked. See, how many miles do we have left? 287, so, oh boy, we've got quite a bit left to go here. So, career history UI redesign under UI. So, in the menu, I might show you this later. So in the menu, in the old menu, you could go into the menu and you can see your job history, your level, your XP, and everything. Now, that whole screen has had a redesign. It is completely just redone from scratch. Looks like, and it's just super cool. And with the benefit of that, we now get, let's see, let me think here. We now get fines in there too. So if you get a fine or something and you hit somebody, it's going to show up in there. Say that you hit somebody, and it's going to say how many of those fines you got. And I think it might even say how much money you lost, but could be wrong there. And then another thing under UI that is, you know, cool is endgame update log, which is really, really cool. So, in the profile screen, you know, where you select your profiles and your mods and everything, there will be a little tab, I think, if I remember correctly, and you can view the latest news about 1.47 and all the other versions, Texas, all the DLCs and everything. So it's basically like an SCS blog built into the game. Not exactly, but you know, you get to read about it and see what's new and everything. So, you know, it's like an update log. That's what it is. So, it's always nice to know what's changed in an update without having to go to SCS blog every time. So you never have to exit the game to see what's new. And of course, it never hurts to go check out the blog because it's really, really cool. You can always see what's going on, but you know, it's there. Oh, there goes the emergency braking. It knew I was doing something wrong. Alright, so let's turn that off, because now we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And then one final thing that I would like to talk about with the 1.47 open beta, and I find this a tremendous help, is the economy reset teleport. So, I'm going to have to explain this to some people. If you don't know, that's perfectly okay. I actually didn't know what it meant when I first heard of it. I had to read about it, but say you install map mods or just any mods that reset the economy, or just maybe game update that resets the economy, you know? Every map change has an economy reset. Some trailer AI mods reset the economy. Whenever the AI is reset, or not the AI, the economy, when it says warning game change detected, and it would, in previous versions, it would reset you back to your garage. Well, now It's SCS is going out of their way to implement quick travel after economy reset. And it's not just any quick travel, it's free. You can get a free quick travel to wherever you want whenever the economy resets, and that's just super cool. Because take Coast to Coast for an example. That mod is a really big map mod, and whenever the economy resets on there, you get reset back to your garage. And if you're far out on that map, it's gonna take you a while to get back there, especially if you don't have a lot of money. Oh, there goes the emergency braking again. Oh my goodness, this emergency braking, it's I wonder if it's gonna be, you know, a pain every once in a while once you're actually trying to get through somewhere in a really tight space and just comes on and stops your truck. But anyways, back to the economy reset. Yeah, it'd just be really annoying whenever you're, you know, on a huge map mod and the economy would reset. There it goes again. I was slowing down. Let's see if it does it again. Well, it's not gonna do it there. Alright, so I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just really, really cool how the economy reset now lets you choose what city you want to travel to. And the best part, it doesn't cost any in-game money or real-life money. It doesn't. It's free. Free, free, free. It does not cost you any money for that free quick travel. Like, it is just super cool. Now, installing the 1.47 update, the open beta, before I tell you how to do this, please, 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 back up your profile, because SCS says, remember, it's only an open beta, not a stable public version, so you may encounter bugs, instability, or crashes. It's perfectly okay if you want to wait for the final release, but SCS is saying, be careful, back up your profile, and if you don't know how to do that, there's plenty of tutorials on YouTube. They're all very, very helpful, most of them at least, but please back up your profile, make a copy of it, so that way if something goes wrong and you want to revert back to 1.46, you can do that without any sorts of, you know, problems, because sometimes, especially when 1.41 came out, I know some people were outraged because they were on 1.41, there were bugs, and they could not go back to 1.440 at the time because they didn't back up their profile. And, well, that's just kind of a shame. It really is. So please, if you go into this beta, back up your profile. Now, as for installing it, if my tutorial, me telling you right here, isn't very helpful, you can always look up some tutorials out there. There's great tutorials of how to install betas out there for ATS. But what I did, I right-clicked on ATS in the Steam library, clicked on Properties, went to the Betas tab, and then where it said, please opt into a beta, I went and dropped down, selected 1.47 open beta, and then I went into the beta, let it download and everything. But please, back up your profile first, because if you don't, then that's just going to be terrible for you if something goes wrong. Now, the chances of something going wrong are pretty fair. It's an open beta, or bugs and everything, but, I mean, you might not have any problems at all. It might be perfect for you, even if you don't back up your profile, and you'll have a perfect time, but just please, I don't want you risking it. It's just, it'll be terrible if something goes wrong for you. All these new changes, they're not perfect. There might be more, some might be removed. You never know. It's not a full release. It's just a public beta. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's really cool, but especially with the emergency braking. I'm going to have to put the emergency braking to the test someday. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna have to put it to the absolute test. We're gonna get a fine here. Oh, no, what? Okay, we didn't get a fine there. We'll get a fine on purpose some later time in the video, and then I'll show you in the menu, so you can see that it shows you fines. Oh, I gotta stop at the way station? Oh, that'll be our fine right there, not going to the way station. That'll be our fine right there. See, when's that fine gonna pop in? Anytime now. That's 700 bucks. Failed to visit the way station. So we'll be able to look at that later on, and yeah, it's just gonna be really, really cool. Now, the same changes, a lot of them, at least, are also applying to Euro Truck Simulator 2. I'll have a link to that blog post as well in the description below, so you can check that out. So I'll have links to the W900 video, the updated, W900 for ATS. I did a video on that, I'll have a link to that, along with the blog post for 1.47 for ETS2 and ATS. Let's see, let's actually focus on the driving here. I really want to test the emergency braking again. You know, with this emergency braking, it's going to be even harder to get a crash offense fine, because if you have the emergency braking on at least, because it's just going to slam on your brakes if you're about to ram into somebody. And we're going to put that to the test here, so. See, speed limit, what's the speed limit here? 60. We're already catching up to this truck, so we'll try and hit this truck, but I doubt we will. Let's see, come on, is the emergency braking gonna kick in? So it puts the flashers on and then it just essentially slams on your brakes, almost pulling the park brake. Let's see, there we go. And the accelerator, if you hold the accelerator, just cancels it out. It doesn't do anything. So if you're just coasting and somebody's in front of you, it'll slow down, or it'll stop, or at least it'll try to stop on time. Put the flashers on, your four-way flashers, then, it just makes it safer. For a second, it feels like AI, the computer, is driving my truck for a second, because, it is. Computers stopping my truck, putting the hazards on, which is strange to think about. Computers, robots, they're taking over. So let's see, we've got 196 miles left, so let's see, what else does SCS have to say? They've got all the change logs, they've got the warning for it's only an open beta, and yeah, it just looks really cool. Just recover all this information, recap it. Under maps, we have addition of world ambient sounds, which I feel like that should be under gameplay or something like that. And then random road bumps, which I've heard that from somebody in my server, can't remember who it is, but it said if you turn up the torque, I think it's torque, you get more road bumps, and I forgot to do that before I hit record, so let's see, do we get road bumps? Maybe, can't tell. But speaking of my Discord, if you haven't joined that, it's pretty fun. There's a convoy coming out for Euro Truck pretty soon here, but as of March, let's see, what day is it? It is March 16th. So convoy for Euro Truck, not far away at all. So yeah, addition of world ambient sounds, road bumps, ownable gas cisterns, adaptive cruise control and emergency braking system for vehicles, and then under the W900 category, we got depth, loss of fuel tank options, return for certain engine types, 150 gallon, 220 gallon, and 300 gallon, and then reinstall the cruise control speed display on the dashboard of the W900. So that's a pretty good change. And then for gameplay, custom city intros for Utah and Idaho, addition of sound direction filter, performance improvements for you know, anything, night, bad weather, dense traffic, all that, which is really cool, especially for anybody out there. I mean, even a RTX 3090 or something might lose a couple of frames every so often, you know, make it less likely to lose frames. That'll be great. Alright, 35. Let's test out the emergency braking. Yep, there we go. Brought us to a complete stop. So that is really cool. And then addition of sound direction filter, performance improvements, yada yada yada. Career history, UI redesign, in-game update log, and then economy reset transport. So let's see. Getting on US 20, it looks like. Whoa! Okay. Oh, the emergency braking helped with that. I thought I was going to have to slam on the brakes. The emergency braking did that for me. Alright. Let's see. There we go. Let's make our right-hand turn. I'll let you look at the cistern there. Got some nice lights on there. Extra nice lights. Let's see. Do we have any beacons on there? Oh, we do have beacons on there. Sweet. Let's focus back on what we're doing here, because, well, if we don't focus, we're gonna crash, and if we crash, that's not good, because, yeah, well, it's just not gonna end very well for us, is it now? No, it's not. Alright. 65. Went through the nice Montana/Idaho woods, looking pretty nice. It's been a while since I've driven the 57X, I gotta say. Last time I drove it was, I don't even remember, when the Montana DLC came out. I think the 57X came out when Montana came out, so that is August last year, August 2022, so it's been a while since I've driven the 57X for a video. I've driven it, you know, in my personal time every so often, but, you know, not very much at all. Welcome to Idaho. You have a little toot-toot. And we are flying down the hill. Well, we're gonna test the emergency braking again. There we go. Low air pressure. We have low air pressure because of the emergency braking system. I did not think of that. So let's put it in neutral. Let's rebuild air pressure. Well, let's get back on the road. All right, so we got going again, and well, the AI was honking at me the entire time. But let's get back in the truck here. Let's get up to speed. Okay, we're going pretty slow through here. That emergency braking, that wears down your brakes, I gotta say. Especially from what you saw there, because I just did not, I completely forgot about air brake simulation. So, for those of you wondering, yes, it does wear down your brakes and run you out of air when that does happen. I mean, it is emergency brake system, only use it in emergencies, but nah, we're special here on the channel. We'll use it whenever we want. Don't want to wear the brake pedal out. We just want to use them, but we don't want to use the pedal. It's like a fourth brake, so or a third, right? Yeah, a fourth. So first is regular brake, engine brake, retarder, and then the emergency braking. Now, maybe a fifth if you count the parking brake, but I wouldn't pull the parking brake while I'm driving a truck unless it's an absolute emergency. Going through the woods of Idaho. many miles do we got left? 99, 98. Alright. So we will speed through the mountains of Idaho here. Zooming around the corners. Oh, there's a way station up ahead. I think we might get stopped for the way station since we are doing, 80, 81 around the corners. This is where the emergency braking is really gonna come into play. We're going about 90. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get stopped. Oh, no, we did not. Alright, we're doing almost 90. See how well this emergency braking comes into play. We're doing 80-ish. Oh, we're losing momentum. I'm sure we'll get it back. Alright. Oh, there we go. That took all of the air out of the system. All of it. All of the air out of the system. Alright, let's get more air. Alright, so good news. We got our air back. We are up to a normal air pressure now. And what are we going through here? Looks like Idaho Falls. We got a service station over there. That's pretty cool. Alright, looks like we're getting on I-15, so looked while our air was filling up, we had about 70 miles then, so we're probably got about 60 miles now. And we're getting on I-15, going 70 miles an hour. It's not going to be very long until we get to our destination. Get our jake brake ready to use. And red light. Now that's where the emergency braking is a little bit of a pain. When you're pulling up to a red light and there's a car right there. See, just for fun, or not for fun, so I can show you what the fine thing looks like. There's a red light violation. Yeah, where's the cop that gave me that? Where is he at? Anyways, $1,400. You're going to Pocatello. Let's get on I-15. And so far with the world ambient sounds thing, I haven't heard any differences. Now I'm not deaf, but maybe I need to go back to 1.46 and just pay more attention to the audio. But I mean, it just sounds a little different to me. It really does. Okay, exit 118. No, we are not taking that one. 65 speed limit. I think it goes up to 70. Not sure. I haven't driven in Idaho in a while. It's all either been in Montana or Oregon and Washington. I haven't driven in Texas for a while either. I probably should get some Texas driving in there too. Get to do some Texas trucking, you know? Or I could, for our next video or stream or something, install Coast to Coast and, go for it. Go across the country. I've done a couple of streams like that. They're a little bit laggy, but they're great fun. Especially once, when we crash on the streams, it's funny. It's funny until it happens frequently. When it happens frequently, that's when it starts to, really fall apart. When it happens every 5 minutes, it's not very fun. But just crashing every hour or two, not bad. of course, for our stream, for our next Euro Truck or American Truck stream, when 1.47's out, I will be going back to 1.46 and waiting until the full version releases. But when it does, then we have our next one. When I have our first 1.47 truck sim stream, I think I do see the bumps on the road, or not see them, but see the cab moving and stuff. But when we do have next 1.47 stream, or the first one, I will definitely have that emergency braking on, and we can have a little bit of fun with that. And I will definitely have air brake simulation turned off if we do that, because waiting for that air to fill up from like 30 or 20 with 100 psi, you gotta wait some time. Now it will let you take off at like 40, 50, 60 psi, but you know, it's not the safest thing in the world, but hey, it's truck sim, why not? Oh, emergency braking came on and the truck's all the way up there. What a smart system. Alright, here we are in Patagallo. A little bit of cruising here, and then we'll get to our destination in no time. Splat. Let's turn our lights on since it is getting dark. What time is it? 7:33. Alrighty. So we're getting off right here, exit 58. Use our Jake brake getting off. It's not very loud. It is SCS sounds and a modern truck, so there is that. Well, there's the emergency braking again for a Toyota Prius. No, please stay in the outside lane there. Go. So let's go ahead and let's get on over, since we are turning right up to our destination and just up ahead. And not there, but up here is where it is. Up at Ken's. Make a little bit of a speedy turn here. So let's turn our flashes on by manual this time instead of having the emergency braking turn them on. There's a little guy back there. Guy just stands back there all day checking to see if people are supposed to be in the lot or not in the distribution center. Yeah, we could have checked to see if trains are coming there, but yeah, we didn't. Alright, where do they want this? They want it... Oh, they want it all the way back there. We gotta zip it around. Oh, a little bit of damage there. Maybe a little bit of damage, but we'll roll with it. See, it is. They want it right there. Oh, trailer damage, 1%. As long as it didn't damage the cargo, that is A-okay with me. Which it probably didn't. Let's see, let's check. Okay, no, it didn't damage the cargo. Didn't do anything to the poor cargo. Okay, okay, we're gonna hit that trailer, so let's pull on up. No, hopefully they'll take it. No, they won't take it. Alright, and there we go. So let's put it in neutral, pull the parking brake, truck off, flashes off, lights off. and let's unload the trailer. Excellent ethane delivered from Laurel to Pocatello, 377 miles, 9 hours and 40 minutes, 73.6 gallons of fuel consumed. And I just noticed this. We have a new level bar down here, so that is really, really cool. And about the career screen I was talking about earlier, you can go up here. There's a new icon, or a reworked icon, career. So if you click on that, you can see the level you're on now and the level you are to be on soon, and then your XP to get there. And then all of your deliveries, exploration, and then driver experience and penalties. We got 2 penalties today, so it qualifies for the last 2 weeks. It gives you all of your information right here, and then your delivery log, all of your deliveries that you've taken, all over the place. So you can see ethane 370. Don't know what that's for, but yeah, day 370. That's how many days old, game days old this profile is. But anyways, from Laurel to Pocatello, 377 miles, yada yada yada. So there is that. And that is going to wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, get subscribed if you haven't already. As always, I have a link to the channel, Discord server in the description below. With that being said, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.